This is Grace Notes. I'm Alan Button, and our guest today is Nat Carter, longtime track and field coach in Moore County, founder and head coach of the Sandhills Track Club. Coach Carter, welcome. It's good to have you here.
Hey, it's good to be here.
Coach, if we could, tell us a little bit about how you ended up in the Carthage area.
I'm from Richmond, Virginia, and from high school, I went to junior college in North Carolina, and from there to Shaw University, and I got my first teaching position in Carthage. You know, a little bit of a culture shock coming from Richmond, Virginia, and but I had a little preparation.
It was a little more rural. Is that the
But
nature
I
of the
had
shock?
a little more preparation in junior college south of Henderson. I learned a lot about tobacco and priming and that type of thing. So it wasn't too much of a shock once I went to Carthage.
This was at Kittrell Junior College?
Yes.
Let me have you back up, if you could, and tell us a little bit more about your growing up in the Richmond area.
I grew up in Richmond, Virginia. I have 2 brothers and 5 sisters. I went to high school in Richmond at Maggie Walker High School and graduated from Maggie Walker and went to Kittrell Junior College, a Christian school just south of Henderson, North Carolina.
I understand from what you and I were talking about before we came in the studio that Maggie Walker High School was one of 2 black high schools in Richmond at the time?
Right. On the east side of town, it was Armstrong High School, and over on the other side of town was Maggie Walker, and it was a big-time rivalry.
And the rivalry was particularly evident in athletic competition, I gather. You played football?
Yes, I played football, and we moved from downtown Richmond over to the east side, and there was no way that I was going to transfer and go to our rival school for my senior year.
So what did you do?
I took the city bus over to back over to Maggie Walker.
And so your senior year, you played for Maggie Walker High School in that game Saturday after Thanksgiving?
Oh, yes.
Tell us about that.
That was always the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and the 2 schools would meet at City Stadium, and we'd have record crowds, and not only the football game, but the bands would compete against each other. And so it was really an occasion where folks would come back to the city just for that particular, what they call the classic.
You participated in track and field as well in
Right.
high school? And then when you were at Shaw, what was the nature of your athletic involvement there?
I played football, and we had a limited track and field program. We called it track and field, but we didn't. We couldn't compete with the schools like Morgan and Maryland, but we did have some track and field.
What year did you graduate from Shaw?
Graduated from Shaw in '64, so I played 2 years there. Was a captain of the football team my last year.
What position did you play?
Corner, defensive back, and got a chance to run the ball every now and then.
With an occasional interception, maybe running then too, huh?
Yeah.
What was your major at Shaw?
My major at Shaw was in health and physical education with a science minor.
And you ended up in education after you graduated.
Right.
That's how you ended up in Moore County?
In Moore County at Pinckney High School.
Pinckney High School is no longer around, is that right?
No, it is. They have made it into a, I guess, special school for certain areas. It still exists, but not as a high school.
I see.
It closed, I guess, whenever consolidation of the schools in Moore County.
And the consolidation was part of the integration?
Integration and consolidation.
And you were coaching at Pinckney?
Yeah, I coached basketball and assisted in football and a little bit of track and field.
I want to come back to your coaching as you were involved at that point and also moving forward to what you're doing currently. But before we do that, I'd like, if you would, to tell us about this song that you've identified as one that's special for you. I understand it relates to your wife and perhaps some perspective on what you try to instill in kids.
Yes, The Wind Beneath My Wings. I can relate to the fact that my wife has been diligent and compassionate and also has been a trooper as far as supporting me in my efforts, because a lot of these activities are on the weekends and I've had to miss some special occasions sometimes, and she has been supportive. And I think you have to make sure that the kids you work with remember that there are always people who are in the background that support you, to help you, to elevate you, to get to where you are. And you can't forget about that. And you need to be appreciative. But the wife has been there for me.
And your wife's name is what?
Blanchie.
Blanchie. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Blanchie, I guess this song is for you in part. Wind Beneath My Wings. We're going to hear a version by Gerald and Ed Levert. And Ed Levert, by the way, is a former member of the OJs. Let's hear it.
It must have been cold there in my shadow to never have sunlight on your face. You were content to let me shine. That's your way. You always walked a step behind. See, I was the one with all the glory, while you were the one with all the strength. Yes, you were. Only a face without a name. I never once heard you complain. No, no. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I would like to be. I could fly higher than an eagle. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause you are the wind beneath my wings. It might have appeared to go unnoticed, but Daddy, 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 I've got it all right here in my heart. Yes, I can say, and I want you to know, I know the truth. I know you know the truth about it. I know you know the truth now. I would be nothing, nothing without you. Did you ever know you're my hero? Yeah, yeah. You're everything I would like to be. You're a part of me. You're a part of me. I could fly higher than an eagle. Cause you are the wind beneath the old man. One more time, yeah. You are the wind beneath my wing, my wing. So Daddy, I remember you up on the stage singing your song now. That's why I used to take you and your brothers on the road. I just
That was Wind Beneath My Wings by Gerald and Ed Levert. If you're just joining us, this is Grace Notes. I'm Alan Button, and I'm speaking with Nat Carter. Coach Carter, longtime track and field coach, founder and head coach of the Sandhills Track Club. Coach, tell us a little bit more about what you do with the track club.
Well, we have kids that range in age from 4 and 5 year olds all the way up through high school age, and competition is in like 2-year age groups. And there's a myriad of events from running hurdles to pole vaulting to long jump, triple jump, all of the track and field disciplines. And we work with the kids and we compete with other clubs in the state.
And these, at least at the higher age level, these are kids who are usually regulars on their own high school teams as well. Is that right?
Right. In fact, I have a gentleman that's graduating from Pinecrest this year, Tyrese Kelly, that's been running with us since he was like 10 or 11 years old. And this year, he won 2 events at the state championship in the long jump and the triple jump. He's a terrific athlete, and he's been through the wars.
I reintroduced you a minute ago as the founder and coach of the Sandhills Track Club, but you're also the head coach at Union Pines High School. Have I got that right?
Right, with cross country and the women's track and field program.
Now, how do the two connect? How do you happen to be doing both, and how do you work it out time-wise?
Well, time-wise, I go from basically one season to the next. We'll start in the fall with cross country. From there, we'll do a winter track program, and it's mostly kids who are involved in track and field during the spring. And then we venture into the spring season. And before the high school season is over, we'll start with the younger kids working a couple of days a week. So it's a continuous process.
It sounds like a year-round job.
Yes.
Or a couple of jobs that are year-round or close to it. How does that fit in with your having told me that you retired in 1997?
It's not quite as stressful. You know, it's a little bit more low-key, but it takes time, you know, and if you can get some good help, it helps out.
Well, Coach, I want to get to the question of why it is that you do what you do, because most people at your age, at your station in life, they're winding down, and it sounds like you haven't really done that. Why do you do what you do?
Well, I think I have something to offer as far as athletics, as far as working with people. And as you've heard, it takes a village. You have to find out what the kids are all about and what they need. And once they find out that you're truly interested in them, then they can progress, and you can encourage and you can help them set goals to become a more complete individual. You know, it's not all about winning, but you win whenever you do your best. You win whenever you're cooperative. You win whenever you dedicate yourself to not only your event, but also to your teammates. And I think that I can help in perpetuating this.
It strikes me as a remarkable thing that you're able to bridge the generation or couple of generation gap that there is between you and all of the kids that you work with. How do you do that?
Well, the basic thing is that it doesn't change age-wise or generation-wise if folks know you care. That's so important, that you let people know your true feelings, and you can confide in them and they can confide in you no matter what age. I think everybody needs a little love, you know, and everybody needs to feel wanted. It doesn't matter, you know, about the age. It doesn't matter about the color of your skin. It doesn't matter about whether your parents are giving you the love at home or not. You just have to keep on plugging and do your best.
That reminds me of what you were telling me about a plaque that you have in your home. Tell me about that again.
Yes, my wife and I have a plaque on our wall in the bathroom, and it goes something like 100 years from now, it won't matter what kind of car I drove or how much I've made or what kind of house I lived in, but it makes a difference if you were important in the life of a child.
You've identified another song that is special to you, This Little Light of Mine. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I think when you think about your light shines whenever you're smiling at people, when people know that you care, whenever you are compassionate and you can put yourself in others' place, people who are less fortunate than you are. That is your light. And if you continue to let people know that you are genuine and that you care about them and the courtesies and the manners that you have, that's your light. And if you let that shine, then you're going to be successful and you're going to feel good about yourself.
Let's hear the song, This Little Light of Mine by Odetta.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Yes, there's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, shine. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. May we know that together. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. There's a little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, shine. Oh, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All in my room, I'm gonna let it shine. All in my room, I'm gonna let it shine. All in my room, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. This little light, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light, this light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, shine. This light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
That was This Little Light of Mine by Odetta. If you're just joining us, this is Grace Notes, and our guest today is Nat Carter. Coach Carter is the founder and head coach of the Sandhills Track Club and head coach at Union Pines High School in cross country and track and field. I understand you've also done a little basketball assistant coaching. You can't get away from the athletics and the kids.
No.
That's great.
I've even coached some women in state games. I think it was like 55 and over team, 3-on-3. So it's I've coached AAU girls basketball also, and I've assisted in basketball at Union Pines.
Well, Coach, I know you've made an impact on a lot of people over the years. In fact, I understand that the gymnasium in Aberdeen is named in your honor. That reflects, of course, the esteem in which you're held. Tell us something, if you would, about what kind of reward you have found in working with kids, personal satisfaction.
I guess it all boils down to seeing the expressions on their face whenever they successfully complete a skill that leads to a better performance, and to have kids to come back and tell you that you had an impact on them. You might not have been the best cross-country runner, but you go into the service and you send your coach back a message. You helped me through basic training. And
you're not making that up. That really happened.
That really happened. And just to know that you've given them the opportunity to perform at another level or to be successful. For some kids, they come out and they participate for so many different reasons, whether it is to maintain fitness or to lose weight or just to be a part of a team. And it's so important. And that's why it's so good with track and field. You can take anybody and you can do 12 different events and find something to be successful with. And whenever you can do that and you can build up their confidence, then you've been rewarded. And I think it's just important to let them know that you care and that they can be successful in life as far as competition is concerned, or just building the confidence that you need in order to try something new.
You come across as somebody who is certainly a positive thinker, optimistic, hopeful about the future, at least with respect to the individuals with whom you're working and coaching. I mean, there's a whole lot, it seems, going on around us these days that's so negative and divisive. How do you fit it all together in your own heart and mind?
Well, you can, like the song, This Little Light of Mine, you can just do your part. If each individual will think about doing their part to help the situation, to be positive, to encourage, then, that's all you can do.
That reminds me of another song that you've identified. There's a blessing waiting for you.
It's special because if you do right and if you follow the golden rule, you're going to have a peace of mind. And your blessing could just be the fact that you feel good about yourself. Your blessing could be that somebody is successful and you have to feel good about that. You can't hold grudges just because somebody else is successful in this area. Then you do the best that you can do. And if you do that, then, hey, you're blessed.
Sounds good. There comes a point where there's not much more that can be said, I suppose. You treat people as you want to be treated, and there's blessing in that regardless of what's going on around you. Coach, are there any others who maybe you can use as an example of those who might not be particularly outstanding from an athletic standpoint, but whose lives you've seen changed as a result of their participation?
Yes, it brings to mind Sammy Duran, who is legally blind, and she has a guide dog. And a couple of years ago, Emma, her friend, came to me and said, Sammy wants to run cross country. And so I said, yes. And she was a little bit surprised. I said, yeah, you can come out for cross country. And what we do at the track meet is map out a course, and we had someone to run with her.
Because cross country is up and down and
right,
all around.
Right, and so we made sure it was, pretty comfortable and flat.
Uh-huh.
And so she was able to run not the whole distance, but do a mile. And that did wonders for her confidence. And it was truly remarkable to see the smile on her face whenever she completed. And we'd start her early. So when she finished, it was about the same time that the other kids finished the 3.1 mile. And now Sammy's off in college and doing great.
What a terrific thing. Well, Coach, it's been a real treat, been a real privilege to talk with you today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I've enjoyed it.
Our guest today has been Coach Nat Carter. Coach Carter is the founder and head coach of the Sandhills Track Club and the head coach at Union Pines High School, and obviously an ambassador to young folks and a real encouragement. Thank you again, Coach. Let's hear the song.
Thank you.
There's a Blessing Waiting for You by the Supreme Seven.
Somebody's sick, and you think you can't get well. Maybe you're heartbroken, your loved ones has failed. You may be in need of some money, you don't even have a dime. Don't you worry about the situation, you are next in line. All I'm trying to tell you is there's a blessing just for you. There's a blessing for you. If you live by the word and do as he says, there's a blessing, and it's just for you. Supreme Star, if you don't mind ever sing, there's a blessing just for you, for you. There is a blessing, there's a blessing just for you, If you live by his word and do as he says, there's a blessing just for you. Hey, if you don't mind, help me sing.
In this life,
Oh yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna have some problems. Don't let your situation press you down.
Oh no.
Keep your hand in the master's hand. Keep on
Sing, Ray.
working for your crown.
Somebody need to know there is a blessing just for you, yeah. For you. There is a blessing. There's a blessing just for you. For you. Oh, if you live, go there. And do as he says. There's a blessing. Oh, Lord, it ain't just for you. For you. I got to move on and tell them, y'all. There's a blessing just for you. Just for you. There is a blessing, y'all. There's a blessing just for you. Just let me tell you something now. If you want it, there's a blessing. You can have it. Just for y'all you. Hear me. If you want it, there's a blessing. You can have it. Just for you. Just reach up and grab it. There's a blessing. You can have it. Just for you. Now, if you really want a blessing, there's a blessing. I say to open up your mouth. Just for you. And give God praise.
You've been listening to Grace Notes, a special program here on Life 103.1 featuring people who may be relatively unknown, but who meet life's challenges in ways that brighten the lives of those around them. Our producer is Christina Dolan. I'm Alan Button, and we invite you to join all of us here at the station again next Friday at 5:30 for Grace Notes on Life 103.1.